6 wells. They have permitted for 2 already. You know where I'm going tomorrow? I'm going to Washington County, Pennsylvania, and I'm going...
Because I didn't sign a lease down here. So they capped 2 of the...
Is that the one that's...
That's the blacks.
Is that the one that comes this way?
Yeah.
And that's underneath your property?
Well,
it shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be.
Okay. So, when did they start drilling that?
They started drilling that about...
Well, the big rig was in there about a week.
Okay.
There's two phases to this thing. There's a preliminary phase where they put a preliminary in, and they put the well pipe or the well. They go down about 4,000 feet, and they have some contractors to do that, and then they come back with this big rig here. That's the fracking rig there. That one there, that Patterson rig will do the fracking.
Oh, they leave it there.
Does the big damage by adding all the silicone sand, the chemicals, and millions of gallons of water. Each wellhead, there's 10 head wellhead. Each wellhead is 5 million gallons. So 10 heads,
at
50
least,
million.
At least, right?
50 million. Well, we got 2 knocked off, so that'll help a little bit.
Wait, they already fracked...
These people, the blacks, are probably very unhappy the fact that they've lost 2 heads, compliments to the Parkers.
Wait, so how many wells do they want to put on that property?
10.
10, and how many have they
10
done?
10 heads.
How many times have they drilled so far?
The drilling is ongoing. I mean, they'll come and do what they want to do when they want to do it. Their time element is whatever they want to do.
Have they drilled like 1 or 2 wells now, or is it?
Oh, we don't have any way.
We don't have any idea. The only thing we can see is the pipe going down. You can see that rusty pipe going down, and it goes down. That can go in any particular direction. Once it goes down vertically, it'll go down to 4,000 feet. Then it'll turn on a radius and then go over another 4 or so thousand feet for a total of 8,000 or so feet. It'll work itself over into a radius. And then they'll add all the material and all the problems, associated problem materials with the fracking process. Wellhead from a drilling site is 1,000 feet or less.
1,000 feet to the water well.
To the water well. Now they did forewarn us by asking us if we'd like to have our water tested. We don't have anything to do with range because they want to use their own range water testing people.
This is range?
Yeah.
Range Resources.
Okay.
Now when you come up the hill, this is our property over here too. We have it posted. All this is ours. And we butt up against this thing. So our property line ends right here where the where the field is.
That's blacks too. But not across that's not blacks, it's yellow.
This is Steve Yellow here, who has been absolutely treated badly on this, because you'll see in relationship proportion where his house is according to this site. But this is also Black's property, who signed the lease, and what he's pretending to do is to still have that farm with his farming and to keep that look like it's a farming area, but his main ingredient, his main idea of making money is this baby right here.
I think this was hay before it was alfalfa.
Now I can stop and you can do your parameters here. Now that's all your tanks and everything that's associated with the chemicals and the water and the fracking. You can see with the hillside and everything is quite diverse or vast.
And not only that, they have people living in these trailers, some of these trailers.
They have people living...
Of course, they pay no taxes like we do.
Everybody out here that pays taxes. These people don't pay any local taxes. They don't pay any state taxes. They don't pay anything. When these jobs are done, they're out of here. We lost all that tax revenue, and that's why the schools are in the shape they're in right now, because they're complaining bitterly that they're behind on their tax revenue. These people, this is 24/7. They can do the drilling. They can lower that rig anytime they want. They make as much noise as anytime they want. They can have this thing go up and down. They can have any kind of disruption. They can have water pouring. They can have On the left over here, they have had igniting. They ignited. They have like short little flare stacks that they have go off. That goes right up in the air. I've complained to DEP about that, but I don't get any answers from the DEP as fast as required. But you can see there the amount of trailers there. There's like 1, 2. There's just wrapped around is 1, 2, 3, 4. How many people are in there? Lord knows, because the township, our Hopewell Township, has approved.
Now, how would you like to live with this noise coming right in your
You see where that house is?
house?
That's Steve Yellow's house, right directly across from it. They put this mound in here like it was going to protect everything. You see that?
Wow.
That was supposed
to be. That's the big protection.
That's a big protection from Steve, from all noise. But one of the other keys is when they do the fracking, it's unbelievable because the chemicals and everything else are adding to this, and it's clouding through the sky full bore when they're doing the fracking process. And they don't care if it's downwind, upwind, or whatever the direction is. Now, you see that?
Up there.
Well, I was just going to point out. You see that windsock on the lower left there?
Yep.
That's done just in case there's a blowback.
Going into
game
a
land.
pad.
They're putting a pad up there.
This is the game land?
They're drilling on
No, it's not. It's a county park.
It's a county park.
Is it, can you hunt it?
Yeah. That's fine. Bob
Cross
Donnan.
Creek Park is the name of it.
Bob Donnan is doing did a online. He took photographs.
Was it a frack pit?
Well, the frack pit is what the tanks in the frack pit is what went off.
The smoke, the big, humongous black column of smoke, was coming straight across the road over our house.
They had the
Huge
emergency crew and everything out here, and it was burning. It was on fire. The neighbor, the house on the top of the hill there, saw everything. I went up there and took some photographs, but that was just one gigantic mess. Now, all these wells and everything in our Hopewell Township area, I have recorded on film. So, in case there's ever any backup, I can give you a lot of backup material.
Now, that was Atlas Resources that had that.
Go right to the end of the cemetery here. It's being drilled right off the cemetery.
That's how Bob took his pictures. He went in through the cemetery and went down to the.
He has them online right now. He took them last week, as a matter of fact, and it's quite evasive on the amount of trees they've cut out and how they have everything all tore up with tractors and equipment and everything. One area is electrical. You can see
the condensate tanks back there.
He knew this was coming because he built this trucking place, and he was.
Now, a lot of these units could end up just about anywhere here because they'll put in wells or well sites in any particular location, wherever they feel they can get one in. But you can see, when we get up here, you'll see a yellow line. That's coming from the Ohio River to back up the water here. And that river water is being put in below, I'm trying to think, of Wellsburg. And I'm trying to think, there's a little barrel right below Wellsburg where they're taking it right out of the Ohio.
Peach Bottom? I don't know.
Peach Bottom.
Beach
Bottom. They're taking and putting this across country. Now, what they did, they paid these farmers to run this pipe. They've given them $100 a foot. TTELL.
I've heard that name, but I don't know.
That's a late one up there on the hill there.
Yeah.
That's new.
Is that drilled yet?
They're drilling it right now. I'm going to take you around here
to look and see if we see a rig.
You can see the road's brand new.
It said there was a sign that said we were entering Buffalo Creek watershed. Is that the
Yes.
same Buffalo Creek that they had the big spill in that was in the news last week?
Now this is Independence Township. We're out of Hopewell.
We just went out of Hopewell into Independence.
Look at the size of that pit.
You can see this water running. How they'll run it across country. Any leaks in that, they'll cover up. If cattle are dying, deer are dying, birds dying, they cover it up. They have emergency teams coming in a whole and they have done a deal with the police, and they've done a deal with the fire department to keep the low level down to make sure that just doesn't get out. They paid them.
They paid Canton.
They paid Canton. Now get a look at the size of that thing, would you? Is that big or what? See the back there where it's entering? Where the tree line is, it just flips around. That comes from the Ohio River.
You pull up a...
Yeah, I'm going to pull up and give you a clear shot here.
Okay.
There's a clear shot right here. Now you see the compressor station. That's 24/7. That's what's over in Buffalo. They're going to put the 14 compressor stations in Buffalo. 5,000 horsepower. So that's 5. That's as big as they get.
I forget how
They
many
keep on saying
gallons.
there's just salt water in there, but there's no salt water. It's all full of chemicals and toxins and everything else. Any leakage and any cover-ups, any fires and that, they cover it up. They're absolutely excellent in doing that. When the land people talk to all these people that sign them over, they lie to them and tell them it's all you got to worry about. It's just going to be a couple of green tanks there. You can see how many tanks are involved in all those heads. That'll be like, now here's another part that's bad. When they're done with that frack pit, when that time is, what they do, they don't take it out and put it in any kind of a area that is going to protect the plastic, or they don't keep it in an area that's going to be protected. They'll take and come in and they'll cover it up with earth in a bulldozer. And they'll let it supposedly disintegrate. And that plastic disintegrates. I think it's 275 years or something like that, but it's something ridiculous. But you can see that one frack truck met that white truck. When we're on the road like this, those white trucks get more and more like hornets. They're running up and down the road because they don't want anybody to see anything or take any pictures. And we've also been warned you're not allowed to take any pictures around our area when we're on a public road. And that's Chesapeake, Evolio. That sounds good enough. And now this is Independence Township. You can see it's on the sign there. They'll clear things out and they'll just have everything. They try to keep it as secret as possible with their location. That'll
stop everywhere.
That means they're not even allowed to go in. Stop everybody. There's your explosion area. When they get to people as fast as they can when it comes to any kind of accident.
Who is this?
Well, her name's Elizabeth Calvin. She lives in Cecil Township, and she was running to get on the ballot as a Cecil Township supervisor. I don't really know if she made it. I know she cross-filed.
If she cross-filed, then she probably made it.
And her father left her so much property. Somebody said her grandchildren, her great-grandchildren could never spend all the money. But her father also didn't pay taxes like he should have. And they were not well thought of in the area.
They didn't pay his bills.
But she's in Range's pocket, and she wants to be on the Cecil Township Board of Supervisors. And that's not going to be a good thing for Cecil Township if they elect her. We're down here.
By the constable in charge of when that well caught on fire, he chases us and says, "You're not allowed to be on the road here." I said, "What do you mean I'm not allowed to be on the road? It's a public road."
Well, they said that going up Bednarski's Buffalo Road.
Yeah, we're not allowed. We're not allowed to take any pictures. We've had trucks buzzing up and down here just like like flies when they see us going along the road. Now the well site exploded. We'll show you the entranceway down here.
Sort of catastrophe here?
There's always something. That's in answer to your question is diligently.
If you find out.
If you find out
a lot of things that happen that
they
you can't see.
They remove. They secretly remove.
Yeah.
Now one of the big con jobs here sitting up on top of his brand new house who conned everybody signing leases. He's not well liked.
Go up there.
They pass the news around. It's constant. They have an intercommunication and flow that just happens. When they see this white car coming, everybody's on alert.